The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Anil Show.
Well, friends, very active morning. I will not be very much available today because, of course, I'm going all over the place. But nonetheless, I wanted to make sure I drop 2 videos. Anthony being a clown, and I guess I'll get to the Amber video as we come a lot. Let's get into this big old clown. Let's go.
Shayla, why'd you do that?
Why'd I do what?
Tell Amber that I bought you those flowers.
Because she's supposed to. She's supposed to tell her, Anthony, so that way that you get the message and that you really look at this and say to yourself, well, you know what, maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing and I should just kind of focus and zone in on where I am, that I'm actually in a divorce. I haven't even seen Anthony talking to him lawyer. So in other words, he also too is doing a bunch of nonsense that could complicate the divorce that he's going through and prove cause.
Listen, Anthony, I warned you. You are still in a marriage and I am in a relationship. And so I don't know what kind of games you playing, the back and forth, but somebody has to set a boundary. And I'm trying to do that with you and be respectful, but it's like you're not respecting boundaries. Amber needed to know.
So you feel that I was going to do something by you telling Amber about those flowers?
It should do something to you. It should get into your big thick skull that the woman don't want you and that you have a man right now. Besides, she's saying that you don't even have the size to work with her, sir. And if you don't have the size, maybe what you need to do is to back off. Go find your size.
Let me tell you something. I didn't. You know what? Actually, I'm glad you told her. Because now she sees how serious I am about you.
You're not serious, Anthony. Stop this. Stop this. You're not serious. You're not serious. Stop this. You're not serious. What you are is serious about some pum pum. Let's be very, very clear. Somebody said, why O'Neal talk about pum pum? Because that's what it is. That's what the man is doing. That's exactly what it is. There's nothing else that he's actually over here chasing. Him chasing some skirt.
One thing I've always told you that you are. You're a wife. You are a wife.
If I was a wife, Anthony, why didn't you see that initially?
Shayla, I'm a man. When do we ever get it right the first time?
What kind of man? Okay, if Shayla is really and truly a wife, all right, I'm going to go even further. If Shayla is so much of a wife, why not give Amber the 50%, come back and marry Shayla? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because he don't believe this. The person who is asking me, why does O'Neal talk about so much pum pum? Because it's just, that's what it is. If he was about everything he's telling you, he would have let the 50% go to Amber and simply come over here and marry Shayla. But he's not doing that. What Anthony is doing is trying to see if he can get another affair going with Shayla.
Seriously.
Mommy.
Like, I'm losing my marriage, money. One thing I know is how I feel about you. So those flowers were just, I guess that was the jumping off point. Me moving on, letting you know how I feel about you.
Now, let me go in a different light because long ago they kept mentioning that Anthony is a very calculated person. So I don't know if now that Anthony has gotten a reaction from Amber, he's now over here doing this again to get more reactions from Amber again because he wants Shayla to keep touting up the mere fact that he's been coming over here because that seemed to be the only way that he can communicate with Amber. More toxicity. It's a very toxic way of getting a person. I don't agree with it. I think it's kind of, a pathetic. But hey, Anthony's a pathetic little man and he'll do just about anything at all. So, to each his own.
I don't know, to me it just feels like you're just doing this because things aren't working out with Amber. And as the mother or as your child's mother, I don't want my emotions played with like that. I know you're going through a lot, Anthony. And I'm always gonna be a friend to you, and I'm always gonna have your back. But don't play with my emotions, because when you had me,
Mommy,
you didn't want me.
mommy, mommy, mommy.
So it's very convenient for you to
Mommy.
suddenly start being in your feelings now. You know?
Well, at least you can smell the rat because there is a rat. There is a rat as far as this is concerned. She can smell this. She can read the room here because, of course, it has been etched into her mind because there's a lot to go with it. No, I'm looking at this, and the more I'm looking at this, is the more I'm looking at. I can see a confrontation between Anton and Iman. I said that last night on Auntie Riri's live with Ashley. And I said that I can see a confrontation happening between Iman and Anthony because, of course, Anthony won't stop. So I can see a big blow up coming.
You got everything in his bag?
Yeah, I got his back right here. You ready to go with your daddy, boy? Come on. You got some mac and cheese?
So again, I don't know which is it. I don't know if it is that Anthony is calculatively using this as a ploy to get back with Amber. I don't know if that's what it is. That's one take, right? In other words, his idea of engaging Amber is to engage Shayla because since apparently Shayla is more connected to Amber, which is now another thing again. You know what I mean? Because Amber says she don't care, but Amber wants the opportunity to be able to blow up anyways, right? Because of what she has going on. So that's quite interesting. Could it be a ploy for him to, what would I say now? Try to get her to basically talk, meaning, all right, if I can rough up Amber enough, then she'll spill the beans onto where she is because of what I'm doing with Shayla. So I don't know if that's also what he's doing. It is clone-like, you know what I mean? So I don't even know how to attribute it. But then you also have, because you have many shades of Anthony. You have the manipulative Anthony. You have the Anthony that is just a clone in general, right? Because this is, to me, is very clone-like. And he doesn't need to do anything more than get a private investigator, right? So I don't know which one of the Anthonys we're seeing. For right now, I'm going to say is the clone one, you know what I mean? But I will leave in the back of my mind that this is a ploy and some tactic. Then now the next big question is, will him and Iman eventually have basically like a, what you call it now, like a big bust out? That's my thing eventually. But give me y'all's take, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon.